Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into co-teaching,
Oh, yeah?
how to make it work, but
Right.
more importantly, how to make it work for you.
It's such an interesting topic, and
Absolutely.
it's one that I've been really interested in
For sure.
for a long time now, and especially as co-teaching is no longer just for
Right.
special education. It's becoming this really powerful tool for
Totally.
any classroom that's looking to really boost student success.
I love that.
Yeah,
And to guide us through this deep dive, we have Co-Teaching That Works by Anne Benninghoff.
great book.
This book
So
is
good.
jam-packed with
Yes.
real-world examples and practical strategies.
It's not just theory. It's
Yeah.
like having a co-teaching mentor
It is
right there with us.
Totally.
Um,
So let's break down some of the basic.
okay.
The book defines co-teaching as this dynamic partnership. They even compare it to a marriage.
Interesting.
What do you think about that analogy?
I think it's a pretty apt comparison in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Um, just like a successful marriage, effective co-teaching requires
Right.
open communication, very clearly defined roles,
Uh-huh.
and that willingness to compromise and adapt.
Yeah.
And just like a good marriage, it can be incredibly rewarding when you get it right.
But marriage also comes with challenges, right?
Oh, for sure.
The book mentions tools like the co-teaching models checklist and the collaborative teaching responsibilities checklist.
Right.
Do you think those are helpful?
I do.
Okay.
I think they are really helpful, particularly when you're first starting out
Okay.
as a co-teaching pair.
Yeah, right.
It can help to prevent those misunderstandings and those too many cooks in the kitchen situations.
Yeah, and speaking of too many cooks,
Yeah.
the book talks about some common co-teaching hurdles like
Uh-huh.
classroom composition planning time and grading discrepancies.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty real concerns for a lot of teachers.
Yeah, and the book doesn't shy away from those challenges either.
Yeah.
It acknowledges the realities of co-teaching and offers some, practical solutions. For instance, have you heard of the roaming sub strategy for planning time?
I have not.
Okay, so this is a really interesting one.
Okay.
It basically involves bringing in substitutes to cover classes for
Okay.
short periods,
Right.
just allowing co-teachers that dedicated time to plan together.
Makes sense.
It's a brilliant solution because, co-teaching by its very nature often requires more planning
Sure.
than Soto teaching does.
Wow, that's a game changer.
Yeah,
I could see that being super helpful for co-teachers that are juggling multiple classes and responsibilities.
for sure.
But it seems like that wouldn't work in every school, right?
Yeah, you're right. Context is key.
Okay.
And the book really does emphasize that.
Yeah.
The importance of getting feedback from all stakeholders,
For sure.
not just the teachers, but students and parents as well.
Right.
Because co-teaching is about creating that optimal learning environment for everyone who's
Absolutely.
involved.
Now, let's get to the heart of co-teaching.
Yes.
The different models.
Okay.
The book outlines 9 different approaches,
Wow.
which is a lot.
Yeah.
Where should our learner even start?
Well, it's important to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
The key is to choose and adapt the models based on your students' needs,
Uh-huh.
the curriculum,
Right.
and your own teaching styles as well.
Okay, so let's highlight a few of the models that happened out to me.
Okay?
The duet model sounds amazing.
Yes.
Full collaboration on everything from planning to assessment.
Uh-huh.
But is that even realistic for most teachers?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's certainly the ideal, but like you said, the time commitment can be
Yeah.
a major obstacle. If you're a specialist working with multiple classes,
Mhm.
finding that level of dedicated collaboration time
Yeah.
can be really tough. And
Sure.
that's where a model like Lead and Support
Okay.
might be a little more practical.
Can you explain how the lead and support model works? Because I'm picturing one teacher kind of taking the reins
Uh-huh.
while the other assists, but I want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah, you're on the right track. So in the Lead and Support model, one teacher really takes the lead in planning
Okay.
and delivering the instruction, while the other one provides that in-the-moment support and adapts the instruction as needed.
Gotcha.
So, for example, a literacy specialist
Mm-hmm.
might suggest modifications to vocabulary activities or graphic organizers
Okay.
to better support struggling readers
Right.
during a co-taught English class.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's still collaborative,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit more flexible in terms of that time commitment.
Exactly.
What about a model like station teaching?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a lot about that one lately.
So station teaching is all about creating different learning centers or activities within the classroom. It allows for that differentiated instruction and flexible grouping,
Right.
which is fantastic for meeting the diverse needs of so many learners.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. Students who might normally be pulled out
Uh-huh.
for testing can stay in the classroom and still get the accommodations and support
Oh, that's a good point.
that they need.
I hadn't thought about it in terms of accommodations.
Yeah.
And speaking of tailoring learning to different needs,
Yes.
there's a whole chapter on the learning styles model.
Yes.
I'm all about engaging those different learning modalities,
Yeah.
that visual, auditory, tactile, kinesthetic
Absolutely.
breakdown. I find that so helpful
Me too.
for my own teaching.
The learning styles model is fantastic
Yeah,
because it creates a more engaging and accessible learning environment
for sure.
for all students. And the beauty of it is it can be integrated with any other co-teaching model.
And I love that.
It's more of a mindset
Yeah.
than a rigid structure.
That's really cool. And lastly, there's the adapting model, which focuses on accommodations and modifications. I love the example of subtle test accommodations like extra space,
Yeah.
larger font. That
Uh-huh.
can make a big difference without singling out students.
Exactly. The book really emphasizes that accommodations should be based on individual needs, not labels.
Right.
It's about creating that truly inclusive environment where everyone has the opportunity to succeed.
So we've got the duet model, lead and support station teaching, learning styles, and the adapting model.
Wow, what a list.
Are there any other models you think our listeners should know about?
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
We've covered some great models so far.
Yes, we've covered some great co-teaching models, but the book goes even deeper,
Oh, yeah.
exploring how to co-teach with various specialists.
Right.
And this is where things get really interesting.
It does.
Because we're talking about bringing together different areas of expertise
Absolutely.
to support students in this more holistic way.
You're right. This section is a treasure trove of insights and strategies.
So let's start with speech-language pathologists, or SLPs.
Okay?
I know their role in schools has been evolving.
For sure.
What does the book have to say about co-teaching with SLPs?
Well, it highlights this really fascinating shift.
Yeah.
You know, they contrast the old rules of working primarily with students individually or in small pullout groups
Right.
with the new rules
I like that.
that embrace this more collaborative, classroom-based approach.
Yeah, it feels like a much-needed update
Yeah.
to a profession that's often been so siloed.
Uh-huh.
How does this actually play out in the classroom?
So there's this great example
Okay.
of an SLP co-teaching a lesson with a classroom teacher
Uh-huh.
about the elements of effective praise.
Interesting.
They even role-play different types of praise,
Oh,
the
wow.
generic versus specific,
Okay.
to illustrate the importance of clear and targeted feedback.
That's really creative.
Yeah,
It not only helps students understand the concept of praise, but also
right?
models effective communication strategies for them.
Yeah. Wow. And it really shows how SLPs can bring their expertise to the general education curriculum
Right.
in a way that benefits all learners.
I imagine there might be some challenges in shifting to this more collaborative model.
Uh-huh.
What are some of those hurdles that SLPs might face?
Well, the book points out that some general education teachers might not fully understand the scope
Okay.
of an SLP's expertise or may be hesitant to embrace that co-teaching model.
Sure.
It's a good reminder that building those strong relationships and open communication is crucial.
So it sounds like SLPs might need to become advocates for their roles.
Yeah.
And really educate their colleagues about the contributions they can make.
I think so.
Shifting gears a bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about co-teaching with occupational and physical therapists,
Mhm.
or OTs and PTs.
Yes.
What stood out to you in this section? The book's emphasis on a transdisciplinary approach really caught my attention.
Oh, yeah.
I had to look that word up.
I think we all did.
It basically means that therapists work collaboratively with teachers to design and implement interventions that are
Right.
seamlessly integrated into the classroom routine.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. It's about breaking down those silos and making sure students are receiving that holistic support.
So it's not just about adapting a worksheet or providing extra time on a test. It's about finding ways to support students' needs within the context of the lesson.
Exactly.
I like how the book quotes an OT who says, if the goal of therapy services truly is to help a student access and benefit from their education, it is crucial for the therapist to participate in the setting where that education is taking place.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right.
I think that just sums it up perfectly.
But I imagine this kind of collaboration takes a lot of planning and communication.
It does.
At that front.
And the book really does emphasize the importance of OTs and PTs understanding the curriculum
Okay.
and collaborating with the teachers to identify those opportunities to embed those therapeutic goals
Right.
into classroom activities.
So, for example, if you're working on fine motor skills, you might incorporate activities that involve manipulating small objects or using different writing tools.
Exactly.
I got it.
But the book also acknowledges that teachers might have some misconceptions about having OTs and PTs in the classroom.
Yeah.
You know, they might worry about disruptions or added chaos.
Right.
That's why that clear communication and collaborative planning is so important.
To put everyone at ease.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about paraeducators.
Okay?
They play such a vital role in supporting students.
They do.
But I know their role in co-teaching can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
What does the book say about that?
So the book stresses the importance of clearly defining the paraeducator's role and responsibilities,
Okay.
as well as establishing that communication and supervision plan with the teacher.
Right. It's about making sure everyone is on the same page.
Yes,
And working together effectively.
absolutely.
I love the example in the book about the paraeducator in the biology class.
Yep.
Taking notes on a computer
Right.
that were then projected onto a screen for the whole class.
I love that example.
It not only provided a model for students, but also allowed the student with autism, whom the paraeducator was supporting, to have access to the lecture notes without feeling singled out.
Such a great strategy.
Yeah.
Inclusive, practical, and really highlights those valuable contributions paraeducators can make.
The book also talks about the importance of professional development for paraeducators,
Uh-huh.
especially when it comes to co-teaching strategies.
Right.
Do you think that's something that schools should be prioritizing?
Absolutely. I think investing in that professional development for paraeducators is essential. It empowers them to contribute their skills and knowledge in a way that benefits all learners.
So we talked about co-teaching with SLPs, OTs, and PTs and paraeducators.
Yes.
What about specialists for literacy,
Okay.
L and gifted students?
Yes.
How does the book address co-teaching with those specialists? So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into co-teaching, from,
Yeah.
understanding those core principles to exploring all these different models and strategies.
It's a lot to think about.
Now let's zoom in on co-teaching with those other specialists that you mentioned.
Okay.
Literacy, L, and gifted. It seems like each of these areas brings its own unique considerations.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Each specialist brings so much,
Right.
knowledge and expertise. And the book does a great job of
Yeah.
highlighting both the opportunities and the potential challenges
Okay.
of co-teaching in these areas.
So let's start with literacy specialists. I
Okay.
know that, elementary teachers receive pretty extensive training in reading and writing instruction.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how the book addresses the dynamics of co-teaching in that context.
Yeah, that's a good question. So the book actually acknowledges that there's potential for resistance
Oh?
from elementary teachers who might feel like their expertise is being questioned.
Yeah.
So it encourages literacy specialists to approach that partnership with confidence and respect,
Right.
establishing their credibility and demonstrating that unique value they
Oh.
bring to the table.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Even experienced teachers can benefit from
absolutely.
fresh perspectives and new strategies.
For sure, it's all about collaboration, not competition.
I love that. And when it comes to co-teaching with L specialists,
Yeah,
the book really emphasizes the importance of creating that welcoming and inclusive environment
Yeah.
for English learners.
right.
It highlights strategies like using visual aids incorporating students' native languages and
Uh-huh.
fostering that culture of respect for diversity.
So important.
Those strategies are so important for creating a space where
Yes,
students feel safe and supported to take those risks
right.
and learn that new language. But what about students who have strong conversational English skills,
Right.
but still struggle with academic language or comprehension?
That's a really great question, and the book addresses that as well.
Okay.
It reminds us that language acquisition is a complex process.
Yeah,
And students may need that ongoing support.
sure.
Even as they become more fluent in English,
Right.
it encourages co-teachers to work together to provide that scaffolding and differentiation
Okay.
to meet the unique needs of each L student.
And lastly, let's talk about co-teaching with gifted specialists.
Okay.
I think there's sometimes a misconception that gifted students don't need extra support, but that's definitely not true, is it?
Absolutely not. The book really emphasizes the importance of providing challenging and engaging learning experiences
Uh-huh.
for gifted students, even within the context of the general education curriculum.
Right. It's about making sure that all students are appropriately challenged and supported to reach their full potential.
Exactly.
So differentiation is key here.
Yes, just like with any other group of students.
Right. And the book highlights the importance of gifted specialists advocating for their students and educating general education teachers
Yes,
about the unique needs of gifted learners.
absolutely.
It's about dispelling those myths and fostering understanding to create that more inclusive and supportive environment.
For all students.
As we're wrapping up this deep dive into co-teaching, I'm really struck by how much this book emphasizes the
Yeah.
importance of relationships and communication.
It's huge.
It's not just about strategies and techniques. It's
Right.
about building that trust and working together.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head there. Effective co-teaching is a journey, not a destination.
I like that.
It requires that flexibility, open communication, and a willingness to embrace those,
Right.
inevitable bumps in the road.
Yeah, it's a partnership that evolves over time as co-teachers get to know each other, their students, and the curriculum, and it requires that growth mindset,
Hmm.
that willingness to learn, adapt, and continuously improve.
The book also reminds us to celebrate those successes,
Oh, yeah,
both big and small, along the way.
right.
It's easy to get bogged down in the challenges,
For sure.
but it's so crucial to acknowledge and appreciate those wins,
Yeah,
to maintain that momentum and a positive co-teaching culture.
that's such a good point. Celebrating successes can really help to fuel that collaborative spirit.
Absolutely.
Now, before we sign off, I want to leave our listeners with a provocative thought.
Okay.
The book focuses primarily on co-teaching in K-12 settings.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you think these models and strategies could be adapted for adult learning environments?
That is a fascinating question.
I know, right?
I think the potential applications are vast.
Okay.
Imagine co-teaching in a workplace training program, where a subject matter expert partners with an instructional designer to create more engaging and effective learning experiences.
I like that.
Or think about a community literacy program where a volunteer tutor co-teachers with an experienced teacher to support adult learners.
Those are some great examples.
Yeah,
Co-teaching principles could really enhance learning in so many different contexts.
right?
Colleges, workplaces, community organizations, even families.
The possibilities are really exciting. It's about recognizing that co-teaching isn't just a strategy for schools.
Uh-huh.
It's a really powerful approach to creating more collaborative, dynamic, and effective learning experiences
For everyone.
for people of all ages and backgrounds.
So as we conclude this deep dive, I want to challenge you, our listeners, to think about how you can apply the principles and strategies we've discussed to your own personal or professional life.
Yes,
Whether you're a teacher, a parent, a community leader, or simply someone who is passionate about learning, there's something in this book and in this conversation for you.
absolutely. And remember, co-teaching is not just about sharing the workload.
Right.
It's about creating a more dynamic, engaging, and effective learning experience for everyone involved.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into co-teaching.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and practical strategies that you can apply to your own context.
Yes.
Until next time, keep learning, keep collaborating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in education.
Absolutely.
Happy co-teaching, everyone.